Good morning. A few words about, the Bible studies and all the things that I've been doing with the Bible studies over the years. Been 3 years now since I started that study. I started with the minor epistles, worked my way up to the major epistles. I've gone through 3 Gospels in the book of Acts now. And the book of Acts, of course, is going to be done in a few more days, and then I'll move on to John, and we'll go through the book of Revelations. If that seems like a pretty weird way to go, it actually isn't, because I'm going from the Pauline minor epistles to the minor epistles of the other writers, then went back to Paul, Matthew, Mark, Luke. Luke had 2 books, of course, Luke and the Acts, and then John wrote both the book of John, the Gospel, and the book of Revelation. So it's keeping these authors together, which to me seems to make more sense, because you get that same perspective from the books that you're getting. But what I'd like to talk about today, just real briefly, is the purpose of religion. You know, if you think it's to please God, you can't. You can't please God in mortal form. It can't be done, okay? You can try, and you certainly should, and you certainly should try. The point of the matter is that being human, being mortal, you cannot please God. So what's the point? Well, the point is to live a good life. The point is to live a life that is the life that God would like you to live. What life is that? It's very simple. Jesus nailed the whole thing down in the Sermon on the Mount. Just a few chapters there in the book of Matthew. And if you read nothing else in the Bible, and you read the sermon and you understood what he was saying, you'll have the whole thing down. It's that easy. It really is. 3 things we're told in the Sermon on the Mount. 3. Yes, he took a long time telling them, but 3 things. Broke it down to this. Love without conditions. Forgive without limitation. And judge no one. No one. That's all. I could sit here and elaborate on those all 3 all day long. We could argue about, well, how can you love this person, or how can you forgive that person, or how can you not judge this? Look, it's not a debate. It isn't even a question. 3 principles, and I'll bet you if you look into the faiths of all the world, if you boil them down to their essential elements, that is the element right there. Those 3 things. Love without condition. Forgive without limitation. And judge no one. Because we're not qualified to judge. It's not our place. What can we do? We can live with one another in love. Does that mean we have to run around hugging everybody? Hey, preferably yes, but no, it doesn't. Doesn't mean we have to run around kissing everybody, that we have to run around doing all sorts of things. No. It means that we show everybody, the respect and the kindness that we would like to be shown. That's all. Be kind to one another. Love one another by being kind. By being human. That's all, just human. Forgive. Hey, holding on to resentments, well, they did this to me, and they did that to me, and they did this to my ancestors, so what? It's over. It's done. If you hang on to it, if you keep in that perspective, if you don't let it go, it's going to eat you alive. And the only person that you will hurt is you. You won't hurt me. You won't hurt my neighbors who are trying to love one another. If you run around and just hate and let hate consume you, then the only person you're going to hurt is you. There is no revenge. There is no retribution beyond what God will eventually give us. Now, judging no one, hey, I know that's really hard. I know that's really hard, and yes, I catch myself doing it too. It's not easy, and it sure is not as something that's really easy for any of us to do. But if you wake up in the morning, you tell yourself, I'm going to love everybody I meet. I'm going to forgive anybody that messes with me today. And I'm not going to judge anyone. One day. Just one day. It only takes the one day. If you do it that one day, you'll do it again tomorrow. If you do it again tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day. And if we do this together, we're going to see, folks, this is not about governments. This is not about borders or religions or, different creeds, credos, the name that we call ourselves. It's not about that. This is about living. This is about being. This is about being true to yourself. This is about love. Have a blessed day.